Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mind's Eye, and we're going to do the weekly update. And this is for April 5th, starting tomorrow through next Saturday, the 12th. And what I'm saying as a psychic, it's everything is gone, and everything is like like Ben own BENOGN, which is like a legal term that's so old. I haven't like heard about it since the Civil War. It talks about like agriculture, and when it talks about agriculture, you can't see it going, and when you can't see it going, you can't even be whatsoever. You can't even be. So when you actually can't even be, what is true? What are we watching for? Because it's still really early. We're looking for planting, we're looking for roots, we're looking for anything about that, but it's gone. It's gone. So what did MS-13 and others that are coming through as the gangs and the affiliates that you can't even see coming? So when I look at this and I say, the Pleiadian Oracle, I'm looking at this, you can't even be whatsoever. Here we go. So when I look at this and I see sound codexes, it really means like it's this type of energy that comes through that can be seen like a frequency and a hertz and a vibration. And it also comes in through this like a type of like imagination. It's almost a grandiose thought. We already know what you're talking about. So when I see my rope, it actually is, like I said, a chain link. When you see a chain link, they're daydreamers. And when you see it, they're gone. They're just immediately gone. Because when you see it and you see the star centers, they heard it, they felt it, they saw it, they already know what's going on. So when you see it, it's energy work. You actually can feel their energy, or whatever energy is there, it's gone. It's immediately gone. So when I see this planetary guardian, I definitely see conservatorship. I definitely see power of attorney. I definitely see health care proxy. I see to the point of maybe a little bit of protective custody in some areas in America. And when I see it, we have been through this before when the affiliates come through and they do their dirty work. So when you see it and you see the mothership come through, just don't even worry about it whatsoever. Because when you see it and you see Star Family, you've been here before, and I bet you any money you feel comfortable with it. It's okay. Quantum heart. It's talking about regeneration of like a type of recovery of getting past this point, because you wouldn't even believe some of the parts of America right now. So when I see Maya and I see this volcano and the way this planet is rising like above it, it really has to say like, watch the stars, watch the stars, watch what they do. You can't even believe it. Fifth dimensional access. It literally means that you can't even believe how hard it is when you're trying to meditate and you're trying to pick up on anything. And then you say, I just have to use this universal knowledge, this common knowledge of what I need to do next. Portals, it really is like opening doors. Like people come out and they say, I got a job offer immediately. It's like it was just right there. Taking chances, you wouldn't even believe it. It's like all of a sudden, too, it's the divorce that shocks people. You wouldn't even believe some of the people that are actually like family separations, emancipations, to divorces, to adoptions after things like this happen. So when you see it, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of change, but I don't see it on a grandiose level either. I do see something bigger in a 3-4 to a 94 to a 345 that actually is bigger scale, where it's a huge severing. But when I see Alcyone, it literally means, what is your North Star? What is your North Star? When I'm looking at crystalline grids, the Akashic records to the point of the northern lights to anything of the moon phases, it completely changes everyone despite what you're into and what you're not. So when I look at light technology, it really is going about and actually listening to the radios at times. So when I see galactic core, you really have to go back to 1994 and say, was it truly realm or anything else? Because when I look at it, I say mom and dad are healing from realm, and you can't even be a bae. So when you look at it and you say Pakal's tomb, it really is a resurrection of a treasure that comes out like creatively to become cosmic unity, that you say, where is this golden egg? Where is this golden egg that everyone is looking for? It's talking about forgiveness. There's like something that needs forgiveness, because when you see sacred geometrics, you really have to look at how it means, just the way that card is. It's like a thought pops into your head when you see it and you look at it and it says service. It goes all the way down the line to this, and it's Ashtar. Ashtar with these two wolves, with this UFO over. It's like this grandiose thought of this hunt that has to be done, D-U-N-E, right now. But when I look at dolphin play, it brings me back to the 90s, to the Federal Building, where you don't want to have dolphin play. That is such racketeering where it hurts minors. So when I see it and it goes expansion, compassion, absolutely, you need to sit and you actually need to listen so hard through and through, all in all, and to the point where it's so intuitive and instinctive that you have to have this like universal heart when you talk to people. So when you see it, like song of your soul, when it comes through, it has to be a D-U-N-E. It has to be a D-U-N-E. All right, let's look at this tarot right here. Light Seer's Tarot. There it is, right here. There's wishes that are fulfilled. That's the star card. There is this lack of like opportunities that come in that people have been hoping for with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There is a little bit less communication, so you really got to harp on it. So when you see the Eight of Pentacles, there's some things that are not as skilled, and it's okay. Because when I see this Eight of Swords, it's this like type of deceitful hostageness that's really hard to say, which is like not even a word in grammar. But this Three of Swords goes, you can't even believe how much this hurts, because it comes in so strong what comes through, that this Seven of Wands is, it's not as guarded as wished. What is true and what is not? Because this Nine of Pentacles is truly not like a well-planned path of anything else. Because when you see the Four of Cups, you go, it's quite like apathetic. Quite apathetic. Seven of Swords, there's no stealing. And then I look at Teamsters and I look at all the unions, and there's a new beginning for them. New beginning. It really is a smooth sailing with this Six of Swords. And when you see the Six of Swords, you see this magician, and it's a skilled work of one's magic. So like clean cut, that when you look at King of Swords, it truly is military and law enforcement and legal and contracts and judicial that come sit, everything that you can't even believe how hard it is to actually do. So when you actually see it through and you go to the Page of Wands, that you can't even believe the lack of the whim. The Three of Wands goes, you can't even believe how hard it is. It's like knocking it out of everything. You've foreseen this. You've foreseen this to the highest point. So when you actually look at it and you actually see it through, like you can't even be it on your own. You can't sting it out on your own. You actually start out alone. And then all of a sudden you've got 125 to 150 people saying, what are you doing? You're crazy. I'm not crazy. I can't even get out of bed. Here it is, a 16-year-old who forgot how to write and how to read. Then all of a sudden the next day they wake up, they're like, I can do it. I can do it. It's so nasty on like a retract back of an offer. It's disgusting to almost derogatory at times. So when you look at it and you go, the Tower card, it actually is a beautiful beginning when you see this Tower card, because look at the way at how in this one is where you have the lightning bolt and it catches fire to this moss. And when you see the butterflies actually like coming through it with the animals, you see it come through so hard you can't even do. So when you see the Queen of Swords in the back, that the fact that the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords came out around the same time together, it is a true pair of sitting logically and quietly, because it makes no sense to making no sense. So when you go and it says the Emperor in reverse, toxic masculinity, what would be that? I would say it would be a type of energy that actually comes through that makes it almost like an energy vampire and drains you where you can't even be around them. No judgment with them. There's no judgment to like lack of senses. So why do we need to know this? And why is it gone? And why is it gone? It's hard. It's really hard. It's Two of Pentacles. There's no balance. And I still see hidden motives. I see like a hit and wait, like a hit and wait. Ten of Swords in reverse. You can't even get it going. Let's look at the runes. Look at the runes. Here we go. Black Obsidian. Here we go. Hera. Like collecting, like you want to cough and cough and cough. And you say, I can't get it out. I can't even get it out. When you say Fehu, wealth. Collecting of wealth. And when you see it, it's disgusting. Heritage, Othala, estate, collecting through, where you can't even believe how hard it is to still do a through of an all in all of this type of trolling of like back in the 60s of get it done, get it done, get it done, and keep it rolling, because it's going to do a through and through all in all. So that is the basis of MS13. It is still there, no matter where you are too, even with the other affiliates. That is what the havoc is. That's Hegel. So when I look at this and I say, Tewa, and it really is this warrior that stands still and strong that you can't even ride out on a block out whatsoever to the block party, because Berkana is birch. So when you look at these birthing centers and you say, where is it born? And it's all meanings of a spelling. It's so disgusting on where it is to a true without the E. So wool is this type of solidified where it's a 35 and a 45. And you say, they're calling out their numbers and they can't even be. They can't even be it whatsoever. Instinct of a wheel of luck, it really is a spoke wheel of like coming right down. And then you look in the media and then the emails and all of it, you say, look, it is Sean Combs again. He's right there with Russell Brand and all of it. So how do we look at it throughout the week? So as of tonight, I really don't see anything. I see a collection through. And when I see this collection through, let me get to the dates. By tomorrow, you're a standstill. And by Sunday, it really is. And when you actually look at the globe, that's probably about 35%. As a psychic, as I'm saying, 35% of the globe is doing this. And so when you're doing it, you're trying to get out of these habits. And when you're trying to get out of these habits because it ran through and you didn't know what is upon you and what is within you, you look at it and you say, by Monday, it's clean and clear, but you're not going to feel well by Tuesday. Why? Because you got it out and whatever it was. So when you look at your bills and you go through and you're like, can we have like our taxes and our stimulus packages at some point? You look at Wednesday, you're like, no, it's war. It's absolute war. Again, it's just a repeat and repeat. That's all it is. Repeat and repeat. It's going to take 3 to 4 to 9 months, weeks, days, you're not knowing, depending on how bad it was, just by one arrest. Now we have 3. I bet you if we have 9, you couldn't even do. And with that, I'm not even aligning myself with it. You can't even do whatsoever. So when I look at it and you go, how do you do this and how do you torch it out? Basically, what you got to do is when you align in your own home, what I'm saying as a psychic is just daily habits. Make sure you're using your hygiene. Make sure you're paying your bills at the best that you can within your means. Make sure you're eating. Make sure everyone has made their basic needs. And that's all you need to know, no matter how hard it is, even with the electricity, because that's on the table too. So when you say a wasp, this type of strength comes in. That means like living, that has power to, hey, Bo, a type of gift, and it's joy. It really is. To Nadis, sleep on it. Sleep, make sure you're resting after these big instances and these unveilings, because it really takes a toll on you to the point where even a $3 toll can put you in prison. So with that being said, just pay it. Just pay it. Now, with that being said, any questions or concerns, go ahead, leave a like, a comment, a share, and anything of that nature is greatly appreciated. And we will talk to you soon. Have a good night.